Okay, France is back in quarantine. Lockdown Season 2. Well, the outdoor vlogs I had planned are going to have to wait a little longer, but you know what? It's okay. I'm working on that, and by the time I manage to get the shooting authorizations I need from the prefecture, I thought we could make a cool video for your daily dose of inspiration. You like the last video of the kind, then? The principle, I introduce you 5 artists that I like, and I explain why. Previously, we talked about 5 portraitists on Instagram. Today, I'm gonna share 5 photography YouTube channels that I follow as seriously. I will analyze their photographic work on Instagram, and I will tell you what you can expect to learn from their videos. Let's go for 5 YouTube channels you should follow if you're into photography. Okay, we're already gonna start here. We're not going to do like a curve, no, straight up here. Irene Rudnyk. Sorry, I pronounce it French way. Irene.
Irene is based in Calgary, Canada, and specializes in portraiture. On her channel, she shares her behind the scenes, and she's well known for her DIY and homemade photoshoots. A background, a large window, and she can create a photo studio in her living room. She also has a very recognizable style. She likes to shoot wide open, often with the 85mm 1.2.
The 85mm 1.2.
If you're the bokeh lover type, you've come to the right place. The reason I like her work so much is because she has a talent that I don't have at all.
If you look at her pictures, she's almost always on a plain, flat background or in nature, but where the environment is not going to play a major role in understanding the image. In my photos, I usually try to use the setting, the place, to make sense and create a story. All the storytelling in Irene's images is brought by the costumes.
And it makes me realize that styling in my work, I can give very precise guidelines on the colors because I always visualize graphically what I want to achieve. But the rest, material, shapes, etc., I always let the model take care of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted.
Irene is able to tell you a story, to create universes with the styling, not just the face of a model. That's also why I love the behind the scenes of her videos. It allows me to discover how she thinks and organizes this aspect of her work. And once again, her videos are a real demonstration of the incredible result you can get even in DIY mode.
Yeah, I know, it's not one channel, but two different photographers with their own. But they're very often together, they have a lot of common projects, you can't separate them. In fact, we can even say that they are part of a group with Eden Peterson and Iman Fan. It's like the Avengers, you know, they have their solo videos, but sometimes... It's the Melbourne photographers cinematic universe, if you want. And you probably know them if you've been following my channel for a long time since our paths crossed when I was living in Australia.
Liam, 7th Era, is the one who helped me a lot with my channel and who pushed me to get out of the format of my first videos, facecam tutorials, to stop explaining things but to show how I do things. The creative vlogs are thanks to him. He does a lot of street photography and he has a very personal and recognizable graphic style. But then he also extends to a lot of other genres, from portraits to sometimes even graphic design. Mike, aka North Borders, you should also recognize him because we collaborated together. I had made a vlog with him. He was initiating me to his favorite photography genre, car photography.
Car photographer.
We went to test and shoot a Tesla in a very professional way. A great souvenir. Beautiful pictures of beautiful cars, that's what you'll find on his channel and his Instagram, but not only. Like Liam, he likes to try his hand at all kinds of things, and you also get a lot of business advice on the creative profession. He also has a concept that I love. He spends all the money he earns from YouTube ads on bottle of booze and films himself with a guest, editing his photos and getting more and more drunk as he goes along. Well, in moderation, of course. In short, it's genius.
Leave a like down below and help out by hitting subscribe.
So yes, they each have their own style, but that doesn't stop them from always testing different genres. Their channels are the perfect mix between photographic experimentation and entertainment. And it all happens in Melbourne, a city so dear to my heart. Sometimes I watch their videos just to see the streets again. Oh, Flinders Street! That's where I used to go for my favorite bubble tea, at King Tea. Brûlé pearl milk tea, less ice, no sugar. You can't go wrong with that. Cocorico, now we're going to talk about a YouTuber from France and who, like me, even if his main channel is in English, has another one in French. Yeah, my channel, the one you're watching, I translate it into French. But with Pierre, it's often new content. How do you manage to have 2 channels? I have no more life already. Pierre, explain yourself.
Pierre is above all an incredible travel photographer. You go on his Instagram just to blow your eyes and fantasize about the world before, when you could still get out of your house to explore it. Incredible mastery of color, storytelling. He's a photographer who also works a lot the urban environment, and when he's not on the other side of the planet, he's lucky enough to be based in Chicago, an incredible playground for street photography. On YouTube, everything you'd expect from a channel dedicated to photography. Photo shoot, gear review, tips, tutorials on image editing, you name it.
There are also some POV behind the scenes. A lot of photographers do that. I've done it, Seventh Era and North Border do it a lot. The first one to popularize it, I think it's 7 Run. Him too, I love what he does. Yes, I know he should be in this selection, but we said 5, so leave me alone.
Okay, I know I should have talked about him, street photographer, but the way he works the composition, the colors, the way he plays with light and shadow.
Just subscribe to all of them. Okay, now we're going to talk about something. Photography is more than a hobby. For me, it is one of the noblest means of artistic expression. But there is not only a creative aspect. The importance of image in our society and the way it shapes our reality, represents or distorts it, is a subject that has fascinated me since I read A Middlebrow Art by Pierre T when I was a teenager. Until then, we were talking about aesthetics. Now we're going to talk about meaning. And I don't know of any other channel that does it with more talent than Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker is a London street photographer who, as he defines himself, is more interested in why than how. I could take an hour here to analyze his photography, the way he works with light and shadow, and the way he incorporates people in this contrast. But no, I will send you back to his Instagram where you can make your own assessment. I want to talk to you about his YouTube channel, because it is very different from what we usually see, in terms of the rhythm of publication, in terms of the length of the videos, which can be long, in terms of their rhythm. We are mostly on facecam and he will simply talk to you, he's a speaker. He will talk about topics such as his vision of portraiture, the social aspect of street photography, how to photograph people outside of your own culture, what it costs to become a photographer outside of passion, etc.
A mosaic of extremely diverse subjects, but they don't deal with how to use the camera you have in your hand, but he rather talks about why we take pictures. With Sean you're gonna learn, yes, but you're also gonna think.
Instead of having the guts to just be who I am and put it out there and see what happens.
Okay, now we're talking about something original. I discovered Mathieu Stern channel not so long ago, and the principle is just...
So how can we define what it's doing? It's a channel about homemade photo lenses.
Yeah, you heard me right.
This guy makes lenses out of anything. He's going to Iceland to create lenses made out of ice from an iceberg. He's going to make a video using a lens from World War I, a lens from over 100 years ago. Or he's going to make one from scratch out of Legos.
Legos, the little brick. The guy is... and if you think I have a strong French accent, wait to hear him, it's gonna be fun. There is no analysis of these photos, that's not the idea. This is pure entertainment in the photography universe. I don't know how he finds these crazy ideas here. You just have to look at it and say, okay, this guy is insane. Why can't I be a sick genius like him? Well, I know I should stop there. I've already had to make a drastic selection. I've eliminated the channels that weren't just about photography but had a slightly broader theme. I cut, but there are too many good creators. So I'm not going to talk in detail about what they do, but I can't let you go without giving you a few more channels, the ones I'm regularly watching their videos. But before, I must admit that I would have liked to put more female photographers on this selection, but unfortunately I don't really know a lot. I know that there are Julia Doretti and Jessica Kobesi, who are very well known, but I have never yet had the time to explore their content. So if you have some recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments. Okay, let's go channels that I watch but that I couldn't put in this selection because I only could take 5, which I absolutely didn't do in the end, but hey.
Evan Ramph, we've already mentioned him. Manny Ortiz, a lot of great portraits and cool gear reviews and tests. Alan Palander, with his special moody pictures. His work for luxury brands is really top-notch. Brandon Wolfel, I didn't put him in today's selection because I thought everybody already knew him. He's the king of bokeh and fairy lights. Jamie Windsor, I love what he does. Why couldn't I put him in today's video to talk more about his channel? Alright, next time. The Art of Photography by Tom Forbes, of course, now that's a classic.
And then I would like to introduce you to two smaller channels that I just discovered.
If you like food photography, as we were talking about in the last vlog, you have Tin House Studio. I love his videos, it's short, it's straight to the point with no BS, and a very interesting point of view of the business side of photography. And another London photographer, Optical Wonder, where he's testing a lot of things, I think he's going to grow very quickly.
I would like to know more, but the days are only 24 hours long. However, don't hesitate to suggest channels you like and that would have deserved to be here. Or even if you have a channel, yeah, don't hesitate. I specify only channels that talk about photography. Don't start like, hey, free advertising, go watch my YouTube channels. I do vlogs about my pop culture figures and I give them names. That's cool, but no, photography. Yeah, but I take pictures of my action figures. No. Well, my friend, I hope I've made you discover a lot of creators in this video. Not 5, but many more photography YouTube channels to follow absolutely. Of course, this is the moment when I also have to do my own promotion, since I too talk about photography here. The likes, the subscription, all that. Well, no, today I prefer that you direct all your love to all the people I talk about. Go watch what they do because they deserve it. I see you soon. See you, mate. Keep on creating.
Hello my cuties! Today we are going to talk about my action figures because they are so cute! And this is Edward from Full Metal Alchemist. But everyone knows his name is Antonio. Buenos dias! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.